It's possible that the old Transformers games will be coming back this year.
Speak your piece, quickly!
Now, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, and this should be just listed as a rumour, as there is nothing concrete as of yet. But due to previous speculation and rumours, it's like a 50-50 situation. This news report is from TFW 2005, and they have received some intel stating that Microsoft Studios is not working on but one, but two Transformers video game projects. While they do not have any information at the moment, both projects seem to be targeting for this year of their release. It is interesting that Microsoft Studios now owns Activision Blizzard, formerly known as Activision, and the company prior to the acquisition by the tech giant published multiple Transformers related video game titles such as War for Cybertron and its follow-up, Fall of Cybertron. A couple of months back, there were listings of the Transformers games on the Xbox store. They were not available for purchase, but they did get a brand new store page. For example, Devastation, Rise of the Darkspark, and Fall of Cybertron. And this would be perfect timing with a bunch of challenges I've set for myself when it comes to beating the Transformers games, with my recent one being with War for Cybertron using melee only, which you should definitely check out by the way. It's a fun, energetic, well edited video where I go through the whole game. It is both challenging and also, well, really a lot of fun.
Relax, I'm a professional. How embarrassing.
So if you want a bit of comedy thrown your way, definitely check that out, and check out my Fall of Cybertron video that will be coming out this Friday. And I've got a ton more set up with both War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and other Transformers games such as Devastation. Now, if this rumour was true, and Microsoft Studios are working on two Transformers projects, I actually expect Fall of Cybertron and Devastation to be the main picks. Rise of the Darkspark wasn't that popular with Transformers fans, and is considered the worst Transformers game in recent memory, whereas War for Cybertron, if they did release that, I expect only the campaign to be available, not the escalation or multiplayer, due to Fall of Cybertron having a lot more options and flexibility when it comes to multiplayer. Now, if I was in charge with Microsoft Studios, I would actually combine both War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron together as a bundle. You know, you can get the story for War for Cybertron, but you can enjoy the multiplayer in Fall of Cybertron. Now, I find that very unlikely considering the listings on the Xbox game stores doesn't feature, unfortunately, War for Cybertron, which is an unfortunate one. Everyone keeps begging more for War for Cybertron to come back rather than Fall. We do enjoy Fall for its multiplayer and story, but at the same time, War for Cybertron has been stuck on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, unlike Fall of Cybertron that got the PS4 treatment. And there is really no excuse not to bring back War for Cybertron. A couple of months back, Hasbro actually said that Activision Blizzard had lost the code for its Transformers games, where Activision actually responded back to say that they didn't lose it and they still have it. Now, Hasbro apologised for saying that Activision had lost or misplaced the source code, so we haven't got anything to worry there, and I can imagine that Microsoft Studios sees the fan response online, on Twitter, YouTube, etc. for the anticipation of wanting these games back. You know, we have been begging since, unfortunately, Fall of Cybertron and all of the games were taken off stores digitally to bring back these games and to give them the remastered treatment. I mean, during the period where remasters and remakes was all the buzz, unfortunately the Transformers games was just thrown away. They allowed the license to expire and they just didn't see the investment there. Don't get me wrong, that the online active play of Fall of Cybertron definitely went down over time, and from what reports suggest is that when Fall of Cybertron came back on the PS4, the online servers was just not enough to keep it financially going, so Activision just didn't want to waste their money to keep those servers up. Regardless, this is just the unfortunate casualty of multiplayer games. Eventually, it will go down enough where these big tech companies will just see they're not making any more profit keeping these servers up, so they'll just shut them down, and it'll be left up to the fans to make their own servers to bring these games back. It's not easy. It's not easy. I don't want to pretend like I know anything about setting up a server and the details behind it. But it was fantastic seeing the re-energized server, you know, bring back these games and still show the love for it. What could this mean then? Is this rumor true? Will Microsoft Studios be bringing back the old classic Transformers games? I mean, in recent times, fan interest has grown incredibly. That's why I've decided to make this brand new series on challenging myself on playing these Transformers games in a completely unique way, because I don't want these games to ever stop being talked about. You know, these mean so much to me, mean so much to my childhood and everything. So yeah, I think even today, it's like 14 years later, and I'm still talking about these games like it was just yesterday. And honestly, I'd give anything to get back into a multiplayer server and start playing as my customized Transformers character. So if Microsoft Studios sees this video, guys, we want it. A lot of fans want it. We must preserve these Transformers games. People want to play them on current gen consoles, you know. We don't want to go back to our PS3s and, you know, especially when they're so old and decrepit now. We want to play them on the new hardware, keep them there so we can play them in about 40 years time from now. God, I hate to imagine what the gaming industry looks like in 40 years from now, but let's hope that PS5 still works. So there you have it, guys. That's my news report on the rumour of Transformers games coming back potentially this year. Obviously, this is not 100%. I don't want to mislead. I'm just reporting TFW's article. So I don't think they'd publish this for absolutely no reason. So, you know, fingers crossed, guys. I mean, we do have a Transformers game coming out this year, Galactic Trials, published by Outright Games, and I can't see a lot of hype around it. You know, it's just something for the younger demographic, nothing for mature audiences. You know, pick up this game if you want, but it's nothing compared to, you know, what we used to have back in the day. Share me your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to check out after this my War for Cybertron Melee only video. It is just some of my best work on the channel. It's actually one of my favourite videos on my channel to date. It's just all my love for these games, and that's it. I want to bring the buzz to these games back. I want Activision and Microsoft to see that fans are still making videos about these games today, and it deserves to have a new digital release so that new fans can be playing these games, because I have seen a lot of comments of people who missed out on War for Cybertron, and War for Cybertron for me is my personal favourite out of Fall. So, you know, I love Fall Cybertron, of course, but War for Cybertron for me is really it. And not just that, I'll be making videos on all the other Transformers games, Devastation, Rise of the Darkspark. Granted, even though I may not like Rise of the Darkspark, I still want it back so that people who do love it can play it as well. You know, it's only fair that every Transformers fan gets their favourite game back on the store, being able to play it whenever you want. So yeah, if you want to be entertained for 32 minutes, be sure to check out my War for Cybertron video, and as I've already stated, I will be bringing out a Fall of Cybertron video as well, with a lot more videos on these games as well, coming very, very soon. And there you have it, guys. I'm Comodin Cam, and until the next video, goodbye.